Hey guys, how's it going? Matt from Foul Ball Productions here. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope that you're doing great. I am doing wonderfully. Thank you so much for asking. You're very considerate. All right, so we all know Gina Carano fired unceremoniously. Is that appropriate in this context? I mean, yeah, unceremoniously for a tweet that was labeled anti-Semitic. I mean, what a stretch. What a stretch. The things that they said about her, crazy. But the one thing that I think we noticed seemed to be a bit of a deafening silence was any sort of response from her castmates or members of Hollywood in general that maybe could come to her aid or even just weigh in. Well, it turns out that one of the voices, one of the people that we were all kind of hoping would say something did. Bill Burr, the comedian and actor on The Mandalorian, did weigh in on the subject. He does have a response. I found it on a podcast that I was watching just for fun, just for funsies, because I'm a fan of Bill Burr. It was on the Bill Bert podcast, which has got Bill Burr, Bert Kreischer, and their guest was Sweet Joey Derosa. And Derosa brings it up and talks about it. Let's roll the tape.
What did Carano say?
She said that she goes in 1940s Germany. I'm paraphrasing, but she said in 1940s
Which is always
Germany,
a good thing to do on something like this, Joe. By all means, let's hear your take on the tweet.
I don't have the quote in front of me, but she said she basically compared political beliefs now being persecuted to the fact that in 1940s Germany, the way the Nazis were so able to take power and do whatever they wanted was because they brainwashed citizens into picking on their Jewish neighbors and eventually attacking their Jewish neighbors. And she said, how is that any different from attacking people for their political beliefs? I get what she was trying to say. Obviously, any comparison to anything with the Holocaust is it's a shoddy comparison. You're going to piss people off. It's a dumb thing to do. I'm not disagreeing with any of that. But here's what bothered me. The grounds for her being fired based on that opinion was that she was somehow reducing the plight of Jewish people during World War II. Okay, I get that. I understand that perspective. However, how is it any different from all the people on the left when Trump got nominated or elected and they said he's like Hitler? How is that any different? That's the same reduction of circumstance. But on one side of that coin, it's okay to say, and on the other, it won't even be entertained.
Joe Derosa.
That's interesting, Joe.
That's an interest. Joe Derosa with an interesting take. Look at you. I was
well,
judging you with your bedspreads there, and all of a sudden, Joe comes in.
Bill, I've had a lot of time to think,
Okay, so there is more to this. It does go on for a few more minutes, but I wanted to stop it right there because I think his reaction is really important to note there. When he goes, Joe Derosa, that I think to me indicates that he's like, that's an interesting take. Like there's a good point. Like Hollywood is being hypocritical. Well, maybe not Hollywood, whatever. Disney's being hypocritical in this. The whole culture is being hypocritical in this by punishing her for this take, but not the state of the left at large or the left on Twitter. And Bert Kreischer backs it up. And I think that counts for a lot because that's what a lot of people are saying. It's like it really should be all or nothing. You either should be able to comment on politics or you shouldn't be able to. But we shouldn't pick and choose who gets to and what gets to be said. On with the clip.
For what you're saying, Joey, she should have compared it to slavery and it would have been better.
All I'm saying is whether you agree, disagree, whatever, I just don't get this place that we're in where there's no room for discussion about anything. And even
because there's too many channels, Joe. Too many channels.
Wild,
and then you got to like do sensational shit. I don't know what the fuck it is. I mean, I'm on that fucking show. Now I got to watch what the fuck I say.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just...
Yeah, I'm a fan of that show. Everybody.
What show is she on? What show is she on?
The Mandalorian.
The Star Wars, yeah.
But they canceled her action figure. That's how deep cancel culture is. They canceled her action figure. It's like, let the action figure come out.
Okay, more takeaways. I think it's hilarious that Bert doesn't know what show the Bill shares with her. How many fucking shows is Bill Burr on? Bert. Regardless, I thought further telling was what Bill said there about, I'm on that show, where he said that, like, I think it's more insight into how his perspective about it is that, like, it's not really his duty to go out of his way to make broad political statements. I was saying this on Culture Crime Fighters, a show I do with Vigilante Williamson every 3 p.m. Pacific on Wednesdays. Feel free to check that out. It's live. It's really fun. But I was saying that Bill Burr didn't even comment on when Anthony Cumia of Opie and Anthony got fired from SiriusXM, a show he'd been on hundreds of times. He didn't comment on that as well. It's not really Burr's thing. It's not really like his MO. So it's not like him not commenting on this Gina Carano thing is out of character. More clip.
I mean, I don't understand.
Did she ever pony up to you, Bill? I'm like, Bill, I got a few ideas I think that you'll like.
No, she was an absolute sweetheart.
Yeah.
Super nice fucking person, and whatever. And somehow someone will take this video and they'll fucking make me say something else and, try to get rid of my bald action figure.
I am that guy taking the video, but I'm not trying to get rid of you, Billy.
Wait, you have an action figure?
Yeah,
No.
do you have an action figure?
No.
Oh.
No, you fucking nerds.
Oh, if you get one, dude, I'm buying it. I'm buying
I might.
it.
I don't know. I have no
that
idea.
Season was awesome, man. That
Oh.
second season was killer. Holy shit.
They
Yeah,
should do a flashlight for you.
Huh?
Nothing.
No, honestly, I can't, like, how it is out there. It's fucking crazy time. They just, like, there's just people just waiting, just laying in the weeds.
It really is, man.
Do you think there is a group of people, like a type of person out there reading the trades and then going, Joe Derosa signs a 6-figure deal. All right, let's deep dig him, find out what he did wrong, and that's how I spend my day.
Absolutely.
Let's show that he's human and he's made a mistake in his past, and let's take that dream away.
Boom! Boom! Undisputed proof that Bill Burr thinks this snowflake SJW needs to stop. All right, that wasn't quite what happened. That wasn't quite the take. But I do think it's pretty solid evidence that Burr thinks that this cancel culture is bullshit, that it's like they're just going after people. They're trying to tear you down. They're going after your, just people being human.
I don't know how it works.
Absolutely. There are people doing that. Bert, I think it's even farther than that. I think there are people that are watching who's about to break and just like they preemptively buy .com names, right? So they can sell them back to the famous person because they know, they're going to buy this probably and need it. And then I can make a couple bucks. I guarantee you there's people lying in wait like that and just saying, this guy's starting to rise a little bit. Let me just dig a few things up. It's got to be. I mean, the shit comes out so fucking fast. It's crazy.
It is kind of crazy. I think it really speaks for having, like, flying under the radar and just making a living and just going, like, I don't need to be Will Ferrell. I can just be this guy. Either that or put all your shit out there so bad that you're like, yeah, I'm an alcoholic, and everyone's like, all right, he's gonna kill himself. We'll let him do his thing.
I also think a takeaway from this video is that, like, we tend to view, like, celebrity as, like, pillars, like these powerful things. And at times they are. But I think my impression from this video is that Burr's just like, yeah, I'm just in this. I'm trying to succeed as much as anything. Like, he's big in our brains, but it's not necessarily, he's not like a titan of this industry, even though I think he could say something and get away with it and it would be just fine, but that doesn't matter. I think it's insightful. I think it's insightful to his point of view on the whole situation.
Yeah.
How about you just be an individual and you continue to buy tickets to people that you want to go see?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And just sort of fucking, because that's one of the things that's weird to me is a few people that have, like, they go back out on tour and then, like, they're going to sell out and people want to go see him. And then the people who don't want to see him don't even want to let the people that still want to see him or her see him. Then it just becomes like, I'm sitting there, it's a, my thing about that is how do you hold up you judging somebody that harshly about, because I'm not talking about like the hardcore shit, like
Right.
sexual assault and rape and stuff. I'm not talking about that. I'm
Right,
just talking
of
about, because
course
now it's becoming like, hey, you made an ignorant comparison. There goes your
Yeah,
dream,
yeah.
right?
Right.
I'm like, I look at that. It's like, who the f stands up to that?
I mean, dude, it's a great question, and the brutal part
Thank
of it
you,
is,
Joe. Every once in a while, you send a compliment my way. I appreciate it.
Bill, it's a pleasure to have you on the show today.
Thank you.
The-
Big fan, Joe. I'm a big fan of you.
No, but I mean, it's the problem. The problem isn't the first part of that. The problem is it's not just go buy tickets who you want to go see. Of course, obviously, the problem is they go into the Yelp reviews of the venues.
So there you have it. That's what Bill Burr thinks of cancel culture, and what happened to Gina. You know, you can read between the lines there a little bit. To me, it's not. I don't get the impression Burr feels it's his mission to defend her and defend people that get canceled. But I have an answer to his question, and his question is, you know, who stands up to that? The answer is fucking everybody with a brain, dude. Everybody with some salt and some integrity. Okay. That's who stands up to it. I'm not calling out Burr, whatever. I love Burr, but I'm just saying, like, that's what has to happen. There has to be a cultural shift. We have to not be bullied around. People need to stand up and say, this is wrong. I don't like that it happened. Other people, other voices need to allow to be existing. If it's not this autonomous mob with autonomy, there's a lot of autos in that phrase, but if it isn't this like massive mob with autonomy that just, you know, can't be questioned, then it's more and more powerful. But if more individuals stand up and fight it, you know, it gets weaker. You take little pieces off the beast, one teeth at a time. So that's Bill Burr's take on the whole thing. I thought it was interesting. I really did. I liked it. I mean, it's kind of what I expected, you know, out of him. I know I don't think he views himself as a cultural crusader. I do believe he has more power than he realizes. And I think if he put out like a YouTube video condemning it or whatever, it would go viral and it would go everywhere. People would, replay it and talk about it, and it could move the conversation, but that's not his prerogative. And, you know, Burr's a comedian. So that's that. That's Burr on the Carano situation. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please press like and subscribe and check me out on Wednesdays and Fridays. I'm doing all kinds of crazy shit on this channel, and hopefully you'll enjoy some of it. Thank you so much from Foul Ball Productions. That's going to do it for me today. You have a wonderful, wonderful life and time, and I'll see you later.